He's the manager of the Dodgers. He's Don Mattingly. He joins us on the show. How's morale there, Donnie?
Not bad, Dan. The missile has got us all fired up out here in L.A.
Really?
No, it's been good, yeah. I think Yasiel's brought a lot of energy and plays the game in a way that it's been fun to watch.
But do you have any idea when you went to spring training just how good this kid, the Cuban defector, was going to be?
No clue at all. I'd heard he was talented. He got hurt a little bit last year. And then when he went to Puerto Rico, which is basically we kind of the winter league there, he struggled really. And but the one thing they said was that towards the end, he looked like he started to figure it out. And in spring training, he was tremendous. And it was almost like you can't believe that this guy's that good.
How did you come up with the nickname, the Missile?
I don't know. He just plays like one. The Cuban Missile. Maybe the second guy they call that, though.
Well, and he reminded me, I haven't seen an arm like that in a long time. Now, people will compare a right fielder to Clemente, but he's not there. Ellis Valentine had a great arm. Dave Parker had a great arm. But let me start there defensively, or just that arm that he has. How would you rate that?
It's pretty good. I mean, he throws with, anybody in the game that we see now. I know I didn't actually see all those guys throw. I seen Winfield throw. He was really good. Jesse Barfield, some guys like that just had cannons. And this guy throws with all those guys. He gets rid of it quick, too. Everything with him is fast. He's like to it and it unloads it. So there's no real wind-up in him. It's just catch it and let it go.
Talking to Don Mattingly, Dodgers manager, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. A couple of weeks ago, the headlines weren't pretty. What changed? You or your players?
I don't know. I haven't changed. I know that. That's for sure. I'm pretty much the same all the time. My beliefs in the game and everything and the way it's supposed to be played haven't changed. I think it was really made a lot more than what it was. I think it was, I don't know, you've seen the feeding frenzy. Somebody writes something that I'm on the way out, and then I say something in the paper, or one guy's not in the lineup, and it all of a sudden turned into a huge thing. So it was definitely made bigger than it was, or it should have been. I'm the same. Stan Kasten, every time I see him, he asks me if I still work there. So it's good to have comedy in your life, I guess, times like that.
Yeah. Well, I know Stan. He's got a good sense of humor, not afraid to needle you a little bit. But did it get to the point where you said, let me go up to the front office. I got to clear the air here and find out exactly what's going on here?
No, you know what? That was a good thing that when the stuff was going on in Milwaukee, Ned was there. The GM was there with me. He was going to Chattanooga the next day. I talked to him every day, so I knew what was going on. Stan calls me the next day, just basically talks to me. And so I never felt like I wasn't informed of anything. And or that something was going on behind my back or anything else. So it really wasn't. It was just more of a pain because there's so many people asking you about it. And then kind of what I talked about in spring training is just a distraction from my club. And we definitely didn't need that at that point. We weren't playing that great. And then you got to hear that every day. It just becomes more to deal with other than trying to win a game.
How tough is it to, Pete Rose went through this when he managed. It's you're looking at players and you want them to play as if you were playing or the way you did, but not everybody's wired that way. The frustration level or having patience when you're looking at somebody and saying, why can't you be playing like it's life or death? Because that's the way you played.
No, I don't have any trouble with that. And I don't think I look at it like that they should play it like just how I played it. It's really more, it's just preparation. And, get prepared to play and let's just fight. That's all. If we're going to get beat, let's get beat. Let's don't lose games. If we talk about it, let's make it bloody. If we're going to get beat, at least the other team knows they were in a battle. And that's all you can ask for your guys. Get ready. Let's go play. And we do have to play with some sense of urgency. You can't just kind of come in and go, oh, we got a long way to go. So It really just wasn't as big a deal as it was made. And but your beliefs of how the game's supposed to be played don't really go away. And it's not so much like with Kirk Gibson intensity. It's just really be ready to play. And it doesn't matter if a guy's quiet but gets ready to play, or a guy's loud and kind of demonstrative but gets ready to play. And it doesn't matter either way. Just be ready to play.
You expect to be in the playoffs?
I expect us to be right there. I mean, this division is kind of a black and blue division. I feel like we're going to get healthy, and if we can get all this together, our pitching is pretty good, especially from the starting side. If we can kind of get our bullpen ironed out where it gets consistent, yeah, I think we're going to be right there with everybody else when it comes down to those last couple of weeks.
What's happened with the bullpen, or what was happening with the bullpen?
You know what? It's funny. Just our back end guys have all kind of given up 4 late. Each guy, Belisario, Kenley Jansen, and Brandon Lee, have all given up 4 homers late in the game, and that's hurt us. And some of them have been, we got a lead. Other ones we're even. Trying to keep the game right there and giving up late homers. So. With bullpens, Dan, it's funny because you never know what you're going to get, I think, year to year. Because last year we got to that 7th inning, we thought this game's over, or we'll hold it right here and give us the chance to win this game. And you kind of count on that. And then the next year, this year hasn't been quite as good yet. And I think with bullpens, you never know. A guy, you got to use him a lot one year. It seems like the next year, you never know what you're going to get from a bullpen guy. Usually the starters, when they get a quality starter, they end up being pretty consistent. But the bullpen guys always, to me, are like year to year almost.
I also thought about this. We had Terry Francona on earlier this week, and he was the players manager, and then they took advantage of him. And people have talked about, you're sort of even keel the whole time. Are you a players manager? Have you ever thought about that, of how they look at you, and maybe they should be looking at you differently?
I think you have to make sure that they respect you. So if you've got guidelines for how you want things done, we got to live within those guidelines. And I have to set those boundaries for guys. And if I let those boundaries get loose and don't really uphold those, then I think they'll take advantage. Guys will take advantage of you. If you don't make them run, like if they're not supposed to, like I tell our training staff and stuff like that, if you let a guy get away with it, they won't do it. But if they know they're supposed to be in line, they got to do this, that, and the other, they may complain and whine about it, but they'll do it. So I think my job is to make sure that we stay consistent with our boundaries of what we're supposed to be doing, how we prepare. As long as we're doing that work and they respect that, then we're in good order. Now, if I'm fairly easygoing, and then I let them get away with that, and then it's my fault, for letting them do that. So that's the one thing that you can't do. So. I don't know. I think you can be, if you have guys you have to go kicking the butt every day, then you get the wrong guy. This is baseball. It's 162. You can't give them the Vince Lombardi every couple of days and get them going. It's 162. If they're not motivated to be ready to play every day, you got the wrong guy.
Well, good luck with the rest of the season. We'll check in with you again, and you weathered the storm there. I don't know how intense that storm was, but you know what? You're still the manager.
Yeah. Okay, Stan. I'm still working.
Thank you, Donnie.
All right, Dan. Good to talk to you.
Don Mattingly. Yeah, Stan Kasten got a wicked sense of humor. Oh, you're still here? You're still employed?